Hello there, people. So today I am doing my first guide for Rust, basically a guide or tutorial for noobs, newbies, beginners. Like I was so recently myself, I did my first little series just showing you, my own experiences playing on an empty server. First thing you're gonna want to do, you're gonna spawn naked on the beach. Everybody does. So first thing you're gonna want to do is gather resources and get away from the beach because people are going to try to kill you when you're on the beach. But I've got some hemp here, so the only reason I'm not running far away is because hemp is important. So I'm gonna pick that up. You spawn with a rock and a torch, and that's about it. You can find things like mushrooms laying around. That's gonna give you a hand early on. And what the crap? Oh, dead horse, or seriously paralyzed horse. Alright. Well, that's a good thing to happen to find along the way. I guess they made getting food a little easier. You're gonna need to kill some animals. You're gonna need to gather some resources. So they definitely made finding food a little easier than the last time I was playing. Hemp and animals, both gonna give you cloth. You're gonna also need some wood and some stone, but again, I would recommend getting a little ways away from the beach. So I'm gonna go away from the beach, gather some resources, and I'll be right back. Alright, so to gather the resources that you need, first of all, to get wood, you're just gonna smash your rock against some trees. To get stone, you're gonna need to look for the right kinds of stone. So this is your basic stone. It's got, brownish streaks. It's just gonna give you the usual stuff. Over here we have stone that has high quality metal inside of it, so as you get better tools especially, you're going to start getting high quality metal fragments from that kind of stone. You can see it's got grayer streaks, and there's also a third type which is sulfurous stone, which has yellow streaks. So know which stones you're looking for. They do have that kind of boulder shape, and they're obviously gray. And you just smash your rock against those as well. Now there's a few items you're going to want to make quickly as soon as you can. Probably first thing is going to be your sleeping bag. So I've already gone ahead and put together one of those. That is going to cost you 30 cloth and 100 wood. So just the hemp plants that I already harvested were enough to get one of those. And you can set it down wherever, but you're probably not going to want to set it down as simple as, right here. I'm still not that far from the beach. If I do this on a populated server, somebody's gonna keep killing me. They might even take my bag or something. And so keep in mind when you're harvesting resources and so on, people can hear you banging your rock against stuff. The sound is a thing. So if I start banging my rock, if this was a populated server, which thankfully it's not, I'd probably be killed almost right away. So keep that in mind. You're going to want your sleeping bag, and then after that, or maybe before that, depending on your preferences, you'll also want a spear. That's going to cost you 300 wood, so I'm going to go ahead and do one of those because that's what you're going to use to defend yourself with early on probably. And you're also going to want a hatchet. That is going to take 200 wood and 100 stone. Now you can also find these under the more expanded crafting menu. This is your quick craft over here, and you can just click and make something. You go under the crafting menu, you've got your common items, and most of these early ones are going to fall there. So you've got your sleeping bag there, and it'll tell you in here how much material you need. One more thing I'm going to want, I need to grab some more wood, is a stone pickaxe. So your hatchet you're going to use to harvest wood more quickly. Your pickaxe you're going to use to harvest stone more quickly. And then once you get some metal fragments, you can upgrade to better versions of those instead of the stone version. You get the proper version, let's say. So I've got my spear now, and I can do a little stabby. You can also throw it, which currently is a little more damage, but they're talking about nerfing that. So those are some of the earliest items you're going to want. Again, you're probably going to want to put your sleeping bag somewhere a little more secluded to begin with, and ideally you want to start building a house. I'm going to cover that in a separate guide, how to properly build a house, but I will show you quickly how to do that here as well once I gather a few more resources. Alright, so I've been harvesting wood with my hatchet, and as you can see, once you have the hatchet, you're getting twice as much wood per hit, but as you're going to want to keep an eye on your meters down in the bottom right. You can see there's a hunger meter and there's a water meter. So once your hunger meter gets to 40 and below, you're going to be starving, which is what it says I am right now. So I'd better eat something, right? So here we go. We'll just go into our inventory, and I found some mushrooms. That's the easy option. you can just eat some of those, and that'll boost that. Eventually, you're going to want to cook some meat. I was lucky enough to find that deer laying there already half dead, but you can use your spear, sneak up on them, poke them, or throw it at them, and you can make a campfire. You're going to need to cook the meat before you can actually eat it safely. Otherwise, you risk poisoning. So, moving right along, we're going to want to go ahead, and I still haven't made my pickaxe, so as you can see, I've got lots and lots of wood now, so let's go ahead and do that. And then ultimately, you're going to want a hammer as well. Hammer costs you 100 wood, so that's pretty inexpensive. That's what you're going to need to start upgrading structures once you start building them. Now, to make a structure, you're going to need a blueprint. To make a blueprint, you need paper, so let's go ahead and make some of that too, and I'll show you how to start your first building. Alright, so again, I've got my pickaxe, and as you can see, I'm getting a lot more stone every hit as well, and on top of that, I'm getting not only metal ore, but I'll get high quality metal ore here and there. That's all going to come into play later. It's going to be very important. But I was telling you about building and making a building plan. So first of all, you need some wood, make some paper, and then once you have some paper, you can go in here and you can make a building plan. All you need is one paper, craft that, and once you have your building plan, that's when you can start building structures with your hammer. So we're going to want to put that in there, and you're going to need your building plan in your inventory as well. So I guess I don't need my rock anymore. Seems obvious enough. And once my building plan's done here, a few more seconds, I can start making my first building. You're going to need a lot of resources. You're going to need lots of wood to begin with. And there we go. Now I've got my building plan. First thing you need is a foundation. So all you do is select your building plan, and you can start placing foundations. Alright, so first things first, if you want to make walls, of course, which you're going to want to do, you could just right-click, and it'll give you all the options of all the things that you need to build, and then just left-click to actually make that. So I can go ahead and start putting walls here. I'm going to want to pick up my sleeping bag. Or I can, yeah, there we go. Pick that up, then we can put a wall there. We can put doors in here as well. You can make all kinds of stuff. You just need to do the right click, bring that up, and you got all kinds of options. Make a doorway. Alright, so once you've got your building in place, what you're going to need to do is start upgrading the walls. So you can upgrade them to wood tier, which is the first tier above what's called twig tier. The basic structure is called twig, and it's only going to last 2 hours at this point. You can upgrade it to wood, which will give you some protection. If you've got enough stone, you can upgrade to stone. Again, right click and then left click to select what it is. And let's see, do I have yeah, I don't have enough stone, that's why it's not giving me that option. But there you go, I can upgrade those to wood. I got lots of wood. And you can go get some stone, and then as you go further along in the game, you can also upgrade further to sheet metal and eventually armored, which is high quality metal. As you can see, it will tell you again what materials you need to make that happen. And then the idea, of course, is that you put your sleeping bag in your structure. After you finish upgrading it enough, you can put a doorway in, you can put a lock on the doorway. So let's go ahead and do some of that. You're going to need to craft those. So again, that's going to be in here under build. And then we can make a wooden door to start with. That's going to take a little while, and then you'll need a lock to put on your wooden door as well. So we're going to want to craft one of those. That's a basic lock. And that will come with a key. Well, it'll give you the option to make a new key for your lock once you place the lock. Alright, so by this point it's getting dark. So something else you're going to need to know early on is your torch. All you're going to need to do is select your torch, right click, and there you go. And you can see I've added some stairs here. Now, something else that I'm missing, you can see the moon is out, the sky is there. Obviously, I still need a roof, so don't forget that. If you don't put a roof on, you're going to be in trouble because, well, people are going to raid your base. They can just make steps and go right over top. So let's go ahead and put a roof on, which is also considered the same as the ceiling. So let's go ahead and do that. And now, further to that, you know, obviously you can't do a lot when you're carrying your torch around, so you're going to want to make a campfire. And campfire is simply 100 wood. Another thing is I still don't have any clothes, so I'm going to need that campfire. I'm going to want to put on a door here as well, which I'll just need to place in the doorway, which I made already. Now, I can also, see, you have options there, but you can also make the lock, put the lock on the door. There we go. Just place it. Can't see very well because it's dark in here, so let's go ahead and put our campfire down. Let's find a spot that's near the corner, and then you can just open it, turn it on. There we go. Now we can see what's going on again. So that's the best bet, actually. You want to put your campfire inside, because if you have a campfire outside in the woods, people are going to see you, just like they can hear you when you're harvesting resources. They can see you if you put a campfire outside. So also, I'm starving, and I was telling you need to cook your meat, so just put it in the campfire, take it from your inventory, put it in the campfire inventory, and it'll start to cook. Simple as that. And you just have to wait a little bit, and you'll have your cooked meat, which you can then eat safely, and that's going to give you a lot more health than just eating those mushrooms. The mushrooms are kind of like, you can survive a little while on the mushrooms that you find laying around, but if you really want to get your health going, you're going to need to cook some meat. There we go. Now I can eat that, and then watch, went straight from 40 to 80 just like that. If you get up to 100, that's where you can see my health is now regenerating, because again, if you're naked sitting in the woods, you will get a cold issue, and then so you need to fill your health meter and be warm. You can put clothes on or stand near a campfire. You can see I've got the comfort buff, and you can see my health is only regenerating to a point because I'm still hungry. So there we go. Now that I've got my hunger meter above 100, that's where my health is going to finish regenerating, and I'm kind of safe in my little house now. It's got a lock on it, but I don't have a key yet. So here we go. We're going to want to select that and create a key. Again, left click. And there we go. Now I have a key in my inventory. And so I can lock my house when I go out. I can also, now I have some more stone. I can upgrade these walls. Oh, I don't have quite enough stone yet to make that stone, but there we go. We're going to want to upgrade to whatever tier we can afford based on the materials that we have, because the stronger tiered walls and ceiling, etc., are going to protect you from people trying to raid you. So go out, gather some stone, make them all stone if you can. Same with your door and everything, all that stuff. You're going to want to upgrade your structure, and of course, you're going to want to put your sleeping bag inside your house, so that when you die, if you die, when you come back the game, when you leave the game and then come back, that's where you're gonna show up, right here in your house. And that's more or less that. That's most of what you're gonna need to begin with, and it didn't take too long. Oh, and one more thing, don't forget to make some clothes. So go into your crafting. It'll maybe show you those in quick craft if you have enough cloth. There's a clothing section. You're going to want something for your feet, something for your torso, something for your head, and something, of course, for your legs. So I've crafted actually most of those, and then you can just, once they're in your inventory, finish crafting, you can just drag them over, put them in your clothing inventory is what this is down here. So there you go. I've got a shirt, I've got some shoes, I've got a improvised balaclava on the way here as well, and I'll just need to find some more cloth so that I can make some pants, and in the meantime we'll be pantsless, looking pretty sexy. All right, thanks again, hope you liked the video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, give it a like, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.